Hey everybody, it's Evan again with another video that I hope is a blessing to you. And the topic for today's video comes from the reason for the Christmas season we're celebrating, and that's Jesus Christ. But specifically, I want to talk about Him bringing joy to the world. And to do that, I want to use three themes: restoration, revelation, and empowerment, to show just a small aspect of the joy Jesus has brought us and is still providing us. But first, what is joy? Joy is cheerfulness and can be shown through calmness and delight in many other ways. And that is the joy or cheerfulness Jesus came to restore. You see, the joy or satisfaction, of Jesus was doing the will of His Father, which He did with humility and obedience, and in turn showed us the joy found in obeying God. Jesus restored joy to mankind through His sacrifice, so that we all can have the same relationship with the Father that He demonstrated. Next, Jesus brought joy through revelation. Jesus was the revelation of the entirety of God in the form of man. Unfortunately, our sinful nature makes seeing God really, really hard at times, even when He's right in front of us. But Jesus showed us that God's love is so great that He would become sin, the very thing He hates, to regain what He loves. And that's when we start to see God truly being revealed, that He is a God of love and forgiveness. We're told love conquers all things, and Christ died for us because of love. So being true to His word, through the love of His perfect Son, God conquered death and the grave. It was a new revelation of God's power, and I mean all of His power, wrapped inside of a little baby born by the humblest of means. And that baby proved definitively that God will arrive just as He promised. And those faithful to Him will recognize Him when He arrives, because there were some wise men, His cousin and His aunt, Simeon and Anna, all had the revelation of who this baby was, all by the grace of God. And that same grace still allows us to recognize Christ moving around us today. And anyone who has had Jesus revealed to them ends up allowing God to speak through their gifts, because through Christ, a joy unspeakable is able to fill this world and our lives. And with that joy, finally, we are empowered. Christ empowers us by ensuring we know the kingdom of God is at hand and obtainable by loving God with all your heart and your brothers and sisters like yourself. The beauty is that there is no path too far or too expensive to get to God, but rather the path came in a manger at the price of humility and obedience to a true King. He said His disciples, which includes us, would do greater things than they had seen Him do. And then He commissioned us all to do it. And the cool thing is that the word commission means to give permission, and by implication, the power to do the task. And Jesus commissioned us by sending us out in the same manner His Father sent Him out, which was to proclaim the good news to the poor, to proclaim freedom to prisoners, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor and recovery of sight to the blind, and to set the oppressed free. In other words, to share the joy of knowing the God who always shows up for His people. Now, like Jesus, we're all commissioned to allow God to use us to restore a broken world, to reveal Himself to the lost, and to empower God's children to do the same. And we can do this because our joy, Jesus, who is our strength, is still with us. So I pray each of us will be used as vessels for God's joy to fill the world. And that's all I got for you this time. Please share the joy of Jesus if you enjoyed this video. I want to wish everyone an abundance of joy and peace in Christ this Christmas season. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Peace.